Waiting for Facebook. Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. How are you doing? It's good to see you guys. Come on in, grab your coffee, grab your tea. Listen, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so take a half a second for yourself. Have a seat. Let's chat for a minute, and then we will move on with our day and our lives. So I'm drinking water and aminos with sugar-free electrolytes. That's what I got going today. So how's everybody doing? If you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay. Let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know. I know everybody's super busy this time of year. We will be off tomorrow and Wednesday. Sorry, tomorrow and Thursday we'll be off for 2 days off of the live. I mean, I'm still around. Like, I will still talk to people in all of my back channels and like in my stories and stuff. Oh, that must be Shy in the house. Thank you, Shy. So sweet. So anyway, but we just won't be doing this live. Tomorrow, we will be going to church and getting all the lasagna ready in the oven and going to my daughter's. And then on Thursday, Christmas Day, chillax. We don't completely have plans yet, but we got some stuff in the works, but nothing major. So we're just we always just kind of hang as a family. So good to see you. Good morning, Magda. Good to see you, buddy. Sue, hello. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do today. Hey, Julie. How you doing, Julie? Good to see you. Very, very good. I hope everybody has like some feeling of just being able to like be present and enjoy their holidays this year, Christmas, and just for the next week where we are so like, the end of the year always feels so different, right? We're off schedule, we're out of routine, all of these things. And so number one, if you are on the customer campaign, do not forget, Patty, good to see you, sweet lady, right back at you. Do not forget about the customer campaign because it's so easy to get off track. And then you might miss out on like all of your cash bonuses. So don't do that. And if you've not tried it yet or started the customer campaign, you might even be a customer, but you've never even done the campaign. What happens is when you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off, and you might already be in the running for it, or you may not. But in January, when you do it in December, you're getting a January bonus of an extra $50 off. So it's like you're getting paid back, like for your own consistency. Anyway, you can always ask me questions about that. Okay. Good morning, Jody. She says, good morning, folks. Jan. Oh, good morning, friend. Good to see you. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of mindset today. All right. Are you ready for this? I wanted to use a little bit of my own story and, people, you guys kind of hear like, bits and pieces and whatever, but I thought I'm really going to kind of focus on this for just half a minute because I already know, I can already feel very much even for myself, and maybe you've already been in it, but it's kind of like, you feel the loosening of the boundaries, whatever, but you also feel like maybe you're going to be around some people. This isn't really much for me because my world is very, my world knows my world. My people know my world. So I really don't actually have pushback anymore, but I thought my experience will help you in whatever you're going to do in the next couple of days. So, all right, here we go. So before we talk about food for just a second, I want to talk about permission. Okay. I want to talk about permission. Listen, I'm Italian. You guys know a little bit of my story. I was raised by a type 2 insulin dependent dad who died at 63, super young. And our friend Carmel was on yesterday and was saying that her brother was having like bypass surgery, et cetera. And she said that he came out just fine. I checked in with her later and it was like a 7-hour surgery, right? Well, this was my life with my dad. I mean, I could close my eyes right now and I am transported into the waiting room when my dad was having quadruple bypass surgery. I mean, I'm there, with my mom and my sister wondering, I mean, I'm sure my brother was there too, but we were all wondering, is he going to come out? I mean, right? It's a big surgery. So when she was talking about that yesterday, that made me just think, all the more, she said, actually, with all the stress that's going on, praise God. Like she said, I'm making good decisions. She goes, your voice is kind of in my head. I'm like, yes, keep it there, because you don't have to let everything derail you. If you let everything derail you all the time, then you'll never see your goals. And I don't want you to do that. Okay. Susan, good to see you, Susan. So I'm Italian. Food was love in my house. It was love. Okay. Celebration meant pasta, bread, desserts on every surface. Like, this was very common. So when I started to reverse my insulin resistance and lose the 3 sizes in my 50s that I lost, remember, and I've kept it off. The hardest part wasn't what to eat, even though we talk about that a lot, but actually it was rewiring the mindset around the holidays for me. I started during this season. So anybody thinking, well, I don't know if I want to start yet, listen, this is when I started. And I feel like there is something to be said for that, where right in the middle of right in the middle of maybe the chaos or the internal turmoil of what's ever going on with you, about like, you know that all of the kryptonite food is going to be available for you tomorrow night or on Thursday, and or New Year's Eve, that's the party night, whatever it is. And there's something about making a decision right in the heart of that, right in the heat of that, internally for yourself. I feel like it anchors you. And that's just a mindset thing, right? But here's how I now approach Christmas, whether I'm surrounded by people or like even if I'm just sitting quietly by myself, because not everybody has a party, right? Some people are just alone. Some of you have lost your spouses. Some of you, maybe you have families that now go to a different direction or whatever. And, so it can lend itself to feeling maybe bad about your situation or whatever. So first, decide ahead of time who you are being. Okay, I'm going to explain this. So I don't wing the holidays anymore. I don't wing them. But it took me 3 to 4 holiday sets of Christmas to get it to that point, because I had to actually decide, you know what? I don't love all food. I don't want everything that everybody is serving all the time. I actually don't. Like, I always find myself maybe eating that dessert, but actually that's not my thing. That one over there is, right? Like, I had to assess and I had to decide on a lot of things like that, but I just paid attention, because it was very indoctrinated into me from being a little girl. Okay. So I've decided this is who I'm not being. I'm not dieting. I'm not starting over January 1st. This is a big one for me. And I am protecting my energy. And then I finally learned how to protect my gut and my peace. And this is when I talk to you guys all the time about it was just me and Jesus, me and Jesus. I really mean that. Like, I didn't tell hardly anybody that I was making any, because I just needed to make my own decisions for me. And people were very opinionated all the time. People have a lot of opinions about food. Oy vey. I mean, it's honestly just obnoxious, but it's just the way that it is. We're wired that way, I think, a little bit. Because we all want to like celebrate with food. Okay. So that one decision though, for me, it removed the shame before it even had a chance to show up. If you make that thought process, if you are like, I'm not dieting, I'm not starting over January 1st, I'm literally going to protect my energy, my peace, my gut. No shame in the game. You go to Christmas Eve, whatever, and you just take it one step at a time. Okay. So what I always had on hand for me, now these are things, and I've talked about them before, but we're just putting it all into one little nutshell for you guys today. Okay. So because it's not about control, it's about supporting your systems, right? This is very, very important. I even said this morning, it'll be on my stories here in a little bit. I'm trying to figure out something wasn't working with my technology this morning. Shocker. And so but I was talking about how I have gotten to the point now, I was not a supplementer, right? At all. I had no discipline in that area. But now I've gotten to the point where I don't want to compromise how good I feel. So when I'm traveling, I am on my game, baby. Like, you can't get me off my game, because I don't want the fallout. And the same thing with the holidays. I don't want the fallout. So I'm really on it, right? I'm like paying closer attention than usual. But I always think about protein first And I know it sounds so boring, but it's 100% true. If you will think, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you so much. Think about protein as a base and a foundation all the time. Gravitate towards, the deviled eggs. It could even be the meatballs, even if they're not going to be perfect. I mean, I don't mean the sugar meatballs. I don't mean like the sugar laden, you know what I'm saying? Covered with barbecue sauce, corn syrup. That's not what I mean. But I mean forget about the meatballs. Those are really risky. Never mind. But think about like deviled eggs. Think about the ham or the turkey or the prime rib or whatever you are eating that is the protein. Think of that first and go protein forward in your thought process. Make sure that you're doing your supplementation. This is probably the time to double up on your gut primer. For those of you that are on the total body reset, take it in the morning and then take it before you go to bed. Really support your gut. You might want to be taking 2 of your glucose health every time that you are eating. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of taking 1 3 times a day, maybe take 2 3 times a day. It's just extra trace minerals for your body to help you to bring down your insulin and your sugars. And remember, it's not always about food. It can be about stress, lack of sleep. Maybe your mind is going a million miles a minute because you're like, oh, I got to wrap this present and I got to do this. Oh, and I got to stop at the store and I got to get that last minute. All of a sudden you're like, oh, because you're trying to get everything done. So just support, right? But have a plan before the event that you're walking in and you're not starving. Do that for sure. So I always talk about, I have a whey protein powder that's sweetened with stevia. You can always ask me about it, but I sometimes will take, a dose of that 30 grams of protein before I walk in anywhere, before I like on my way there, because I know that it's whey. It's going to be whey protein is like super fast digestion. It's like, it's just done, right? It's not going to last in me and make me feel heavy and, squelch my appetite, but it is going to keep a nice balance to my blood sugars, etc. Okay. You got that. Okay. And that is a big piece of it. Or you could grab an Oikos yogurt, Oikos 000 yogurt before you walk out the door. 15 grams of protein, like get it in your tummy and just have something already there. So you don't walk in going, oh, I could eat a horse. Oh, I could eat. Thank you, Shai. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Don't do that. Don't be like, I'm starving. Don't put yourself in that position. That's not going to help you at all. Right. So there you go. Something comforting that fits your body now, not diet food, just safe food. Something that I always tell you about like how, if I have a Lily's chocolate bar in my purse or something like that, and you think I don't know, maybe you think I'm kidding, but I am not kidding. I think about these things because I just never want to be in the position of being super frustrated or feeling, because in a moment's notice, you might feel like you're being left out, not by any of the people around you. You might just have that feeling of it's kind of victimization a little bit. I mean, come on. Do we all feel this sometimes where you're like, well, I deserve, or, stuff like that, just little things that are eating away at your mindset, right? So just have something available for yourself and be like, oh yeah, no, that's right. I'm not dieting. I'm not not waiting till January 1st. I'm literally just going to have something on me. Be super casual about it to yourself. Okay. All right. Hold on. I got to see who's chatting with me. Good morning, Luana. Good to see you. Chris, you just are here for a moment. You're working, but you will catch on the replay. Merry Christmas, Chris. Good to see you. Glad that you jumped on. Terry, good morning. Thank you, Terry, for jumping on. Very, very good. You guys are awesome. Okay. I love it. All right, here we go. Next step. How I handled, still kind of, sometimes it happens, food pushers without awkwardness. You guys, I kind of feel like this was actually, I did not expect this to be something that I had to think about so much. Maybe I did a little bit, and that's why I kept it to myself. Maybe I did. But I didn't have a plan of any kind. I didn't have strategy. I had to make that up as I went along. But I figure if I can give you strategy now, then you'll just have it in your head. And I know that, like, even when Carmel was saying your voice kind of resonates in my head, I don't know if this is what she meant, but maybe this will help some of you. So when you're at the event tomorrow or whatever, or Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, parties in between, you'll just remember that you get to live your life for you so that you can be available for everybody else around you. Maybe it's your grandbabies, maybe it's your children, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your friends. I don't know who it is in your life that's super important to you that needs you right now. I was really thinking about this yesterday when, like I said, we got off and I asked Carmel how her brother was doing later on in the day. And, she was like, I'm sitting in the hospital and I'm, making good decisions and all of this stuff. And I thought, think about how she took care of herself for however long it's been. It might have only been 30 days at this point. I would have to look back to see what Carmel's journey has been. I don't know how long she's been on the total body reset. I don't know. But let's say it's 1 month. Let's say it's 3 months. Let's say it's 6 months. Does it matter? She positioned herself for her body to feel better so she could be there to support her brother, whose body is not doing well right now. So it's really important that you do not let other people push you around in your world to do something that is not supporting what your goal is in terms of feeling better, finally having energy. Maybe it's your energy. You're like, I was so tired of being so exhausted. Or my sleep finally got better. I finally feel better about the clothes that I'm wearing. I finally feel like that anxiety. Oh my gosh, my anxiety went down. Maybe you're feeling that. Maybe you're feeling like, I just can't believe I don't have to buy Omeprazole anymore. Like, what the heck? Or over the counter, like laxatives, like those things, so you're kind of winning. You're like getting your body to function and flow again. And then you've got somebody in your life that's like a little bit of a food pusher. Well, I know food pushers from a freaking mile away because I'm Italian. Like it's like a part of your culture. You can't be Italian if you don't know how to push food. I'm just kidding, but kind of true. But anyway, so these are some of my go-to lines that I use when I'm, in other, because they're not trying to be mean. They're not thinking they're sabotaging you or anything like that, but they have made it important to themselves for some reason. Maybe it's because they feel good when people enjoy their food that they made. Maybe it's just because they want company, like, misery loves company. But in that case, maybe it's just like, eaters want company. And maybe they don't even recognize it. So it's not a sinister thing, but they can still have a lot of oomph behind it. Like, oh, seriously, come on. It's all about balance. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm sure that people who are alcoholics feel this way when they've decided that they are on their healing journey and they're not drinking anymore. And somebody else isn't maybe not recognizing the importance of them not taking any alcohol. Well, with food, it can kind of feel like there's a fuzzier, because food is normal, right? But it's still kind of some of the same concept. So say things like this, and maybe you need a 3x5 card. You can say things that are super simple, like, oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. I'm actually really good right now, but thanks. Thanks for thinking of me. Or you could say something like, I already had what I needed, but thank you. Like maybe your plate is already full. Oh no, I'm good. Actually, I got exactly what I needed right now. Like, just brush them off. You don't have to explain your journey. You don't have to do anything. You don't owe anybody any explanation for why you have chosen to take care of your body. You get one body, you get one life. Like, let's do this. Okay. You don't have to leave the earth early. You can take care of your body and not apologize for it. It's okay. Or, you know what? You could literally just say, oh, it looks really good. I'm kind of pacing myself today. I'm just pacing myself. Like, you're not saying, oh yeah, no, I don't eat sugar. I don't eat that. That's not good for me. Don't do that. You are inviting confrontation. You're inviting people to get into your business. And if you don't want them in your business, don't give them an open door. I hope that makes sense, right? So you don't need long stories. You don't need to defend. No guilt. For them, no guilt, nothing like that. Their discomfort. Now, this is where I want you to listen up. Like, just pause for a second. Pause for a half a second and hear the sentence. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. Whatever they're feeling about their food or about their binging or their whatever, it's not your responsibility. You are your responsibility. Okay? I'm sure that you guys already know that, but I feel like it's a good thing to like hear, right? Maybe. Julia, good morning. You're cleaning and listening. Yay, Julia. That's so good. Merry Christmas. I know, you guys, it's like when I get off of here today, I have a few things that I have to finish up. I'll probably wrap and do a few things. Then we're going to go to the chiropractor. Then we're going to go to my daughter's and we're going to help her clean and get ready and all the things. And it's kind of like whoosh right into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So here we go. I get so excited too. Anyway, Terry, she says, great tips. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, if you are alone this Christmas, maybe you are alone for various reasons, right? And no one talks about this as often as maybe we should, because I know that I actually I don't even know that I've ever spent Christmas alone my entire life. That's not a part of my story. Okay. But being alone doesn't mean that you failed, right? Doesn't mean that you're behind. It doesn't mean that food needs to fill the gap. Like, you can be okay in your own circumstances and not use that as a self-sabotaging mechanism. Because seriously, that's really kind of where we go awry sometimes, is we just self-sabotage. So instead, create a ritual of your own. Create a ritual. Maybe this is where you do buy a couple of treats that are a little on that gray edge, something like that. It's up to you. Like, there's a keto ready whipping cream. That would be lovely on top of, let's say, some, chocolate or caramel electrolytes that are sugar-free, like the Element or the salt tea. That would be great. Or I was saying earlier in my technology, I'll see if it shows up. Anyway, that I have been having a really hard time finding good ice cream anymore. Rebel is a brand. Halo had a keto, Aldi's had a keto ice cream. They're all gone. They've disappeared from my world. I'm like, what happened? Where did these all go? And they're literally gone from my few spots. So I went to another grocery store last night because I'm like, you know what? We went out for this lovely dinner. I won't explain it. Amazing dinner. And afterwards, I'm like, let's go get a treat. So I went to the grocery store, one that I don't go to hardly ever at all. Thought, well, for sure they will have something. They didn't. I was like, what the heck is going on? So anyway, this is a big mystery to me. But so I bought something that was definitely not something I will buy all the time. It's called Breyer's Carb Smart. And it has like maltose in it for the sweetener. It's that's a little sugar spiking. That's not a great sweetener. So the ingredients are not the best, but that Rocky Road is thebomb.com. Let me tell you what, that was really good. I'm just saying, but so maybe you find a little bit of on edge types of things. I'm just saying that might be something that you do. Make one nourishing meal that you genuinely enjoy. Like when we did the keto lasagna last Saturday, maybe that's something that gets you super excited. And so make one super nourishing meal, protein forward. You know how that goes. Maybe you watch something that's super comforting on TV. Maybe you whatever, like do the things that bring you joy, that light you up, right? And don't focus on the fact that you're, alone and that you're going to, binge your way through it. You know what I mean? Take a walk, journal, breathe, do all of those things, all that mindfulness stuff, get up in the morning and I'm pointing to my chair, sit in your chair and enjoy your time, with the Lord and watch the sunrise and do the things that make you feel good. You can find Rebel at Kroger's. Thank you for telling me, Julie. I'm going to go find me a Kroger's. Just like, what is happening? This is crazy. I could also there's a store up here called Hy-Vee. Maybe they have it. I just haven't apparently looked that hard. Because if I buy ice cream like that all the time, that is not helpful for me. So I actually don't do it hardly ever anymore. But boy, I do want to know where it is when I want it. because I'm like, come on. Anyway, so the reframe that changed everything for me, and this is it. This is how we can kind of begin to wrap this up right here, right now. Christmas is not a test. This is not a test of your willpower and your strength and ability to withstand the powers of darkness. Christmas is not a test. Food is not a reward or a punishment. This is hard in our brains. Food is not a reward or a punishment. It's just a choice that you make. And when you start to feel better, when you have the results of feeling good, people won't ever be able to like poke at you, because you'll be like, well, I'm not giving up how amazing I feel for your thought process. Like, I'm not going back, right? Your body is not the enemy. Please always remember this. Your body is so fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, God made your body like the highest level of creation. We're literally made in the image of God. Our body was made to function. And it will fight for that function because it was designed to heal. It was designed to like actually produce results that are positive and beneficial for life and enjoyment of life. The word says, I came that you would have life and life more abundantly. We are meant to function and have abundance in our days. And it's like, sometimes we just fall into the trap of society and we have our bodies not feeling so great anymore. And then we kind of get discouraged and we continue down that line, but we don't have to do that. Right. So the season is about continuity and not perfection. It's about progress and not perfection. Okay. But that's literally how I lost the weight. This is literally how I've kept it off. And this is how I finally stopped feeling like January was my only hope, which is a joke, because the January, resolution lasts for about, 36 hours. I mean, it's really a bad success principle. It doesn't go very well because we think we have to power through something instead of just giving ourselves permission for the journey, no matter what month it is. And you guys can all put in the comments, what month did you start in the year? And everybody's going to have a different answer. It's going to be, some people are going to say December, some people are going to say June, some people are going to say March, some people are going to. It doesn't matter what month you are in. Permission can be granted from yourself to take the journey. It doesn't matter what the month is. Okay? So don't be like duped into thinking that, well, the hardest thing you would ever do in your entire life is to make a decision to change out your foods and start supplementing in December. Whoo, that's so hard. No, it's not. It's actually not. But what you think is hard is what will be hard. I'm just saying, like, when you decide you want something better for yourself, it doesn't matter what month it is. Okay, let me see what we're doing. Let me see what we're doing, people. I see people chatting. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, friend. Good to see you. Marilyn says, good morning, Kirsten and friends. Merry Christmas to all. I have to read this. And I'm so grateful that food is not pushed on me in my family. Oh, that is amazing, Marilyn. They have experienced too much loss. Okay, you guys, listen to this. They've experienced too much loss from diabetes and they want better for me. My son is on board now too. Oh, yay, Marilyn. So we can share. Oh, that is like the best story. That's a Christmas gift to me. Julie says she's making sugar chocolate covered almond butter balls. Thanks, Julie. I think I need that recipe. Yum. That sounds amazing. Oh, that is fantastic, Marilyn. I love that. See, you can get to a point, and that's kind of where we are too in my family. Nobody would ever push me anymore. How many people need to pass away or have unpleasurable results. Because it can go real south, really icky. Like you can lose parts of your body from uncontrolled diabetes. Or like my dad, you can end up on dialysis and then just die at 63. So Sue said that she started her journey in October. See, that's very good, Sue. Merry Christmas, Chris. Patty says, Marilyn, I'm able to share what I'm learning. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. Sugar-free Julie says, yes. Okay, so I'm going to go over the total body reset because you know what? You guys might be on it, but there might be somebody here watching me right now. And even if it's just one person in the sound of my voice, you need to hear that you can get your body to produce a different result. And you don't have to be scared anymore. And you don't have to be like, feel like you're so defeated anymore. You don't have to do this. And then we'll jump off and we'll get back on Friday morning. But if you need anything in the meantime, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'm still chatting with you guys, right? Like, don't worry about it. I know I'm a big girl. I know how to take all the time I need and to be with my family. I am not confused. So Patty says she started in June. Terry says she started in March while on vacation. Way to go, Terry. And you guys, Terry is the testimony of the total body reset. One of them, Patty is too. You guys are all these testimonies. But Terry, she lost 50 pounds. She weighs less than she did 30 years ago, and she has fully kept it off now for a year. Oh, and by the way, she also lost 13 and a half inches from under her boobs down through her hips. I don't know what else you guys want. Like it's such an amazing testimony. But this is why I talk about this, because so people are getting off of drugs. I don't think I can say that. People are getting off of scripts. People are changing the way that their labs are coming out. An MRI that says that you went from a bad fatty liver to a mild fatty liver, visceral fat scans that are talking about how the visceral fat is going down, A1Cs that are tanking, not diabetic, put into a chart, getting off of over-the-counter antacids, getting off of over-the-counter constipation helpers, getting off. Why would I not want somebody to know that this is what's happening? Okay, so there we go. Marilyn says, wow, Terry, wahoo, what an achievement. And Patty says, Terry, wow, you go, girl. Yeah, Terry I'm so grateful for your testimony, Terry. She really documented it well. She documented it and really just kind of kept me updated as to what was going on. So I started with these three a little over 10 years ago, you guys. I call these the trio. I've named them the trio. This one helps with insulin and sugars. This one helps with your liver. And by the way, you cannot burn fat if your insulin is high, and you cannot burn fat if your liver is sluggish. This one is for your metabolism. So these three all by themselves, the trio, that's what I started with a little over 10 years ago at a 2X in size. Just saying. Never in a million years did I think I would be here talking to you and sharing this with you. Never, 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 never. But here we are. So this fully supported me in losing my 3 sizes while I was trading out my food ingredients. And especially during the holidays, because I needed that food noise to shut up and sit down. That's what I needed. So that's the trio. The fourth piece of a 6-piece system here is the gut primer. This is that green powder that you just mix in a little bit of cold water. This is how I do it anyway. A little bit of cold water, and I froth it up in the morning, and I just drink it like a wellness shot. But this is not just a greens product. So I mean, I even have one of those in my line. I have a greens product. It's organic, just like everything is. And it's amazing, and it's sweetened with stevia, and that's great. That's not this. This is comprehensive gastrointestinal primer. Think in terms of you don't have a gallbladder. You are dealing with a lot of constipation, indigestion. Your liver needs help. Liver. And if you don't know why your liver needs so much help, it's because it actually governs the hormones in your body. Insulin is a hormone. It governs the sugar in your blood. It is your fat metabolizing organ. You cannot burn fat if your liver is sluggish. So you need help with your liver. So that's what this is. It's just a powder. It's not grainy. It mixes up super easy. Like a couple froths, and it's completely dissolved. It doesn't leave you with any granular whatever. Okay. And it's just green tea-esque smelling, and it is what it is. I wish it was chocolate. It's not. Then the last two pieces then are the probiotic and the fat burner. I had somebody ask me this morning, what was the name of that fat burner? Because it makes a big difference. So probiotic, I'm sorry, yogurt and kefir, they're not enough in our world. It's helpful to do things like that, but these are like alive strains that actually don't get killed in your stomach acid because they have stay alive technology. So super important. Powder, I put it on my tongue every morning, just like that. And the last piece is the fat burner. Tastes like orange candy. It tastes just like a pixie stick from when you were a little kid. Put it on my tongue every morning. I already did mine this morning. Just like this. Tastes amazing. Out of the total body reset, out of these 6 pieces, my recommendation for you is that you do this one, 90 days on and 30 days off, because it is a thermogenic, created for a sports nutrition line, meant to target that visceral fat that is underneath what you can pinch. It's hormonally active fat. It's highly inflammatory fat. It's around your organs. It's why the visceral fat scans come back to me from you guys positive. It's why a fatty liver can go from bad to mild. I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you a story. This is why, because you can actually target and turn back around that visceral fat. So go 30 days on, 90 days on, 30 days off. Don't let your body get used to it. And you can continue to do that all year long. Okay. So I'm just telling you. There you go. So those are the 6 pieces right here. Total body reset. If you need me to remind you about this because you're overwhelmed in your brain, you can always either, drop TBR for total body reset in the comments on Facebook. It doesn't work on Instagram and TikTok right now. And I will remind you on Friday that you wanted to talk about this, because you might feel overwhelmed right now. Otherwise, just reach out to me and say, I need information. I need a cart. Send me information. Tell me, just let me see it. I want to understand, I want to look at all 6 pieces, and I want to understand like what that would look like if I took 90 days, the next 90 days, and I just did it to see what would happen. Well, number one, if you did that December, January, and February, because of the customer campaign that's already built in, you would get $75 off in February. Because every 3 months of $150 or more, you're going to get $75 off. Number 2, you start in December. In January, you're going to get an extra bonus New Year $50 off. So this is how you can choose a 90-day system to really work for your benefit, to pay you back. But then we do go live here every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central, except for the next 2 days, but you understand, where you can get more information, be educated, get help to understand like how this is affecting your body and have a completely different perspective. I view everything through the lens of insulin resistance now. I don't look at anything the same that I used to, anything. And that's why my body produces a result of losing sizes and feeling so dang good. It's because I learned how to turn it around, targeting liver, gut, and insulin. Those are the 3. Okay. And then we do a challenge every month, a free challenge in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And we've done that for 2.5 years. So there's a path, there's a system, there's a protocol, there's a blueprint for transformation that you can follow if you want to. So the name of the group, I'm going to put that up here for you guys. That's the name of the group right there. It's on the screen, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And if you want information on what I just showed you, the trio or the total body reset, because I don't want you to be left out on that, you can go to my site. It's my first last name, Kirsten Liebelt, Kirsten Liebelt, no space. I forget, but I've got it written right here. You can flip it, screenshot it and flip it, .com. Okay. You'll see my face. And right here, scroll up a half an inch right there, trio and total body reset. Just make sure that you register for your free customer account, because otherwise you're not going to get the free shipping opportunity or the customer campaign opportunity. Then there's some Amazon things that I put on there. I put on Maria Emmerich's cookbook. This morning I actually added, oh, it didn't show up on this one today. I'll have to see it. Maybe I didn't publish it. I added underneath here the sugar-free kids one that she did. Anyway, because that's a good one. Somebody asked me about that this morning. Free stuff, contact stuff. That's how simplistic my website is. Contact, free, total body, Amazon, total body reset. That's it. Okay. So questions you ask, get into my DMs, get into my messenger, do all the things, and I will be available for that. All right, let's see what we got going, because we're going to wrap up now. And then everybody gets to go off into like Christmas land, right? Sharon, oh, good to see you. You joined late. We'll catch the replay. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Sharon. She's my Canadian friend. One of them. Merry Christmas, Susan. I so appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. So I just hope you have a really good day now today. Now, don't stress yourself out and go too crazy. Just pace yourself with everything. And if you need anything, let me know. And I'm going to go wrap a few presents and get ready for the chiropractor and do all of the things. And then I will see you back here at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Friday, the day after Christmas. Okay. But I'll still be in my stories, etc. So, all right. Have such an amazing day, you guys. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. And I hope it's a really, really good time with your family and your friends. And I hope you feel loved. And I hope you feel like the joy of the season, right? So this is the time of year that we celebrate something so amazing that changed everything. So we're going to go celebrate Jesus now for a couple of days. And I hope you can find time to feel peace and calm and really, really good reflection. I hope you can find that. Okay. So, all right. Merry Christmas, Luana. Good to see you. All right. Have a good day, you guys. Mwah. Love you guys so much. You have no idea. See you later.